Hey everyone, good to see you. Tony Bruce here, CPA, more than just an accountant. So one of the most common questions I get is that a tax deduction? Well, the big answer always is in tax code, it depends. So hold on a second and we'll think about that. Let's talk about today travel expenses. We're in the middle of summer, actually towards late July. And you may have already taken your summer trips, or you may have something planned coming up or into the fall, maybe a long weekend, Labor Day. Are you attending a conference? Are you going to see family and friends? Is there some way to take that personal travel and combine it into a business trip? Now, everything in the tax code always requires facts and circumstances. So let me tell you, this isn't specific advice for you and you shouldn't rely upon it. If you'd like to find out more, let me know. We could set up a time to talk. At a minimum, to help me, and hopefully if you find this useful, you can subscribe to my channel. So let's get started. What are travel expenses? Trains, planes, automobiles, hotel, lodging. We all know that. How do you pay for them? Well, most likely with a credit card, and you have a receipt, right? So we know you have to show what you bought, and you know you have to show what you paid for it. So what else is required to substantiate this trip to make it business oriented, especially when you're self-employed? So corroborating evidence is what I call it. It sounds really technical, like a law term, and in so many ways it is. But what does it mean? Do you have emails? Can you show video? Are you doing team building? Is it a retreat for your team members? Can you show content of what you were doing and discussing during the business meetings? Do you have outlines? Do you have notes? Are you using something like Microsoft Teams? Are you using other slide presentations like PowerPoint, Google Slides? All of these go a long way to providing and showing that this, in fact, is a business trip. Now listen, none of us work 25/8, right? Some days I work a half a day, 12 hours. Just kidding. No, seriously though. No one's expecting you to work exclusively for business, but you can combine some personal time as well. So let's say you get up early in the morning, you go for a run, you do some team meetings, and you get to a conference. Now later that day, you have a nice lunch, you go out perhaps with your spouse, partner, friends, families, colleagues, and somehow we can combine some of those expenses into a tax deduction. After all, isn't that what it's all about? Especially right now with inflation, the hidden tax. Wouldn't it be a great way to find tax deductions, reducing your overall tax bill? And for those of you who are self-employed, you really know what I mean, because that's going to impact your cash flow. Because what's it going to do? Lower your estimated tax payments. What? Estimated tax payments? Yes, estimated tax payments. So think about it. Are you going to be traveling the world over the next 30, 60, 90 days? Are you going to a conference in Europe? Are you going to South America? Are you going to visit a client? Are you going to visit a supplier to solidify and secure some of those new deals for products coming up or services coming up? Are you doing a retreat in the fall? Again, long weekend. What's going on in your business life and personal life where maybe we can combine those two and get some good tax deductions, get some time with our family, get some time with our friends, colleagues, clients, team members. All about increasing productivity, doing a better job for all of us, right? What does that look like? Well, you're going to have emails. Hopefully, you're going to have texts. You're going to have videos. You may even have video of the presentation. You post it up on your website for marketing and so on and so forth. Are you attending some training? Are you doing something to learn more about digital marketing, about particular sciences that you're maybe working in? Whatever your field is, whatever your studies are, how can you combine those travels into a business expense, into a business deduction to increase your cash flow? That's what that's all about. So we covered travel expenses, we covered rooms, we covered lodging. Remember, not only do you have to show what you paid for, you have to show how you paid for it and what it was, but also corroborating evidence, emails leading up to the event. Again, the content. Are there slide presentations? Are there takeaways? Are there home samples? Do you have samples shipped back to your home office? Even better. Are you having team building? Are you having meetings? Are your employees there? What kind of meals are involved? So on and so forth. You get the idea. The idea is to combine as much of this into business travel and hopefully rejuvenate yourself with the few more months that are warm, building into the fall, building your business better, getting some better tax deductions, and therefore increasing your tax, and increasing your tax deductions so you can get a better cash flow. You get the idea. Anyway, again, not specific advice, disclaimer, but if you'd like to learn more, give me a shout out. At a minimum, if you find some of this general information useful, subscribe. We're going to dig in more. As a matter of fact, I think we might talk about vehicles next and see, is that a tax deduction? I get that question all the time. Comment below if you'd like to have some ideas that you think you'd like to talk about. What has been bugging you? Is this a tax deduction, or how can I deduct this? And we'll dig into that a little bit. Again, it's always going to become facts and circumstances. We're giving general information, general ideas here, but this is meant to whet the appetite, to make sure that when you're walking around, you're traveling, you're visiting, you're with your family, you're even going up to the shopping center or having a long weekend. How is what I'm doing right now, like a big radar, related to my business, therefore getting a tax deduction, therefore increasing my cash flow? So talk to you soon. Thanks for listening, and hope you found this useful. Have a great day. Tony Bruce, CPA, more than just an accountant. And don't forget to subscribe.